grabs you around 12 o'clock.
I'm going to be honest with you. If we hadn't got in, I was going to fight everybody.
I know, that's right.
So that would have been, I don't know if you go back in the history of the Southern Conference, anybody that's ever been 83 and 6-2 in the league with 8 Division I wins, has anybody ever not got it? So, appreciate you. And you know what? If I was at Tennessee Martin right now, I'd be ready to fight everybody. Looking at like the trick from the States, Youngstown getting 4 conference losses.
I think I did 4 years now.
Because they beat Stanford. So, if I was an incarnate word right now, like Tennessee Martin, I'd be so happy. But let's put 6 teams in for one league. That's what we're doing.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the playoff edition of our Monday press conference. Gardner Webb, Saturday, 3 o'clock at 5 Star Stadium. I will have more information as the weekend goes on, or as the week goes on, to send out to everybody, including game notes. But we'll start today, bring up head coach Drew Cronic to talk about this weekend's game, talk about what it means for your program to get in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, good to see everybody. Yeah, we're excited. It's a great opportunity. You know, I'm proud for our kids. They've earned it. You know, it's kind of funny sometimes. I don't know if people want to act like, you know, that somebody did you. If our kids earned the right to be in the playoffs, you know, and they've done a great job. They finished strong. We're healthy for the most part. So it's a great opportunity. I think we're playing a really good team. You know, Gardner Webb has won 2 conference championships in a row. They've won a conference championship now after they've combined those 2 leagues. So they've done a great job. We know their coaches, know Coach Trey Lamb really well. Very creative on offense. I'll let Joel talk more about that. He's been really watching them. You know, but it's a great opportunity to have home games, great opportunity to, I want people around here to get used to playing on Thanksgiving, you know, and adjusting to that. It's a lot of fun to play on Thanksgiving week. But I'm proud of our program, proud of our kids. I'm very thankful for the support that we have here that's allowed us to grow the program in the right direction. You know, but I told the kids, I challenged them with, you know, I told them congratulations, but I also told them that when I came here, it wasn't just to get in the playoffs. Okay, it's to have success in the playoffs, and I want them to expect to have success. I think they do, and you know, I want them to show that they deserve to be in. I want them to show that they made a good choice of putting them in the field. So I think our guys have had a good, you know, we had a good week last week. We really did. We were able to kind of stay sharp, run into each other some, a couple days of practice, but at the same time, you know, get their legs back under them a little bit. They had really good energy. I thought they were very excited yesterday about finding out, getting to play a home game. I think I appreciate Mercer being willing to put the money in that investment to get us a home game. You know, and so it'll be a lot of fun, and we're just blessed. But at the same time, let's don't just be happy that we're in it. Let's go play good. And so it'll be a great challenge. Everybody in the field's good. Gardner Webb's going to come down here ready to go, and we got a lot of respect for them. At the same time, we expect to have success against them. So, questions for me?
Talk about the energy and everything that you have right now. I mean, how do you channel that energy to make sure it's not too over the top when you kick off on Friday or Saturday?
I still think preparation is what makes you confident. I still think preparation is what you know, you're able to lock in and focus on that, so you're able to kind of balance the two. You know, we just got to do a good job preparing this week. I understand what we're supposed to do, and I don't think being excited about playing is going to be a problem this week. I think we'll be excited about playing and about the opportunity, and so just preparation, just trying to handle ourselves, and as a staff, I think we do a pretty good job of trying to keep them focused on what's really important. So just have a good week of prep.
How rewarding is it to reach this level?
It's great. I mean, we want to be playing. you know, and playing for a while. And where are we at right now? I mean, you know, we've come a long way. We've been knocking on the door. I like our kids, you know, and they've earned this opportunity. And but you got to understand, everybody's good now. Okay, everybody's good. And so, are you going to put your best product out there for 3 hours on Saturday? And that's what it boils down to. You know, the things that are important to win games. We got to prepare to do those things. So we got to prepare to cause turnovers, prepare not to turn the ball over. We got to prepare to be great in the red zone on both sides of the ball. We got to prepare to cover kicks and flip the field and return kicks and just all the things we talk about, and then go execute those things on Saturday. That's what it boils down to. So I think having a great culture, you know, kids that believe in what we're doing, all those things are critical to get you to be the best you can be, but at the same time, then you got to go execute a game plan. So preparation is that, and then, you know, then going out and having the confidence to execute and believe we're supposed to be there and go dominate an opponent.
Coach, talk about what it was like addressing your team after the show yesterday and looking into the eyes of your senior class that have believed in you. What kind of feels did you get from that situation?
Well, there's a lot of kids in our program that have been with us the whole time. There's some kids that have trusted us and worked their tail off, and you could tell how important it was to them. And that's generally going to radiate out to the rest of the, especially the young guys who are not sure, you know, what planet they're on sometimes, you know. So it was important to those kids. It was important to me and our staff that before they left here that they would have a chance to play in the postseason. And not just do that, but, you know, make some noise in that. You know, they've worked hard. They've earned that opportunity. You could see how important it was to them. You could say how important it was to them after the Sanford game in the locker room, just, you know, that they had been able to accomplish that. An 8 Division I win season. And let me say this too. I think there's been some folks that have interpreted, you know, Mercer's had good teams in the past. They had a great 10-win season to open the season. I don't want to discredit any of those things. Those guys did an unbelievable job. You know, we're just excited about, you know, this is the first time with the 8 Division I wins and those other things. You know, I want everybody that's ever played in this program to be proud of this program, to be proud that they played here, and be proud of the, you know, the success that we have going forward. All those guys are a part of that. Everybody that's ever put on a Mercer helmet is a part of that, okay, because they started this program off the right way, and we've been able to build it to a certain point. So everybody's welcome here. You know, we want those guys who played before we got here to always feel, man, they're special, okay, because this is a special program, and people that played here are special people. So I want to make sure that people hear me say that. You know, we want to keep building this thing and grow it every year, and give ourselves the best chance to be successful. And I believe this is a special place that we can do that. I think we can get to the point where we can do this consistently and compete for conference championships and play deep in the playoffs. That's where we want to hit. Are we all the way there yet? Probably not. But when you get to this point, you just got to go play good and see what happens. You know, so we've been very blessed. There's a lot of people done a great job. I'm specifically proud of those kids who have been with us and have worked to earn this. And that was something that was important to me before they left here. They had a chance to play in the postseason.
You talked last week about the conference and how tough it is because you guys see each other here. You're going to play an opponent on Saturday that's seen you recently. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of playing that team that you're familiar with?
I mean, we played them last year, obviously, and you know, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's, as far as common opponents from this year, I don't think there's any carryover, unless I'm just missing something crazy. But you know, if you look at our league, Saturday was nuts, right? I mean, you watch what happened in our league, and you know, you had Wofford upset Furman, and VMI beat Western, and anybody can beat anybody. I think this is a good league. You know, but regionally, you know, we're familiar with Gardner Webb. We're familiar with their coaching staff. We played them last year. You know, they have the same defense coordinator. So do we. They have the same offensive coordinator / head coach that they had. So do we. So there's a lot of similarities there, you know, from last year. But every team evolves and every team is different. You know, so this is the 23. You know, Mercer football team, and it's the 23 Gardner Webb team. So how those teams match up and all that, there's going to be some differences. So We've been busting our tail the last 2 days watching film. Obviously, you don't know who you're going to play because usually able to get a little further ahead of it during the regular season, obviously knowing who you're going to play the next week. But we spent a lot of time watching them the last 2 days, and there's they're a good team. They're a team that's like us. They've won several in a row, playing with a lot of confidence. They're athletic on defense. I think they're pretty sporty on defense, and then offensively they're trying to score every play. Joel will tell you that they're trying to score every snap. Okay, they're very aggressive and just throwing the ball down the field, and they got some backs that can run the ball. I mean, those two kids are really good. Quarterback's a good athlete, so it's a great challenge. I think we know some about them, but it's always different every year you play.
Your message in the locker room, your post-game messages are always get better, get better. We need to get better next week. Sort of compare, if you think back up where you are week 0 against going to Alabama and how much you've come, particularly on offense, to this point of the season.
Yeah, we're a better team. We're a team that has improved throughout the season. I think defensively we've always been good, but the fact that we're causing so many turnovers now is a game changer. The last 6 weeks or so, just causing a lot of turnovers, putting our offense in good situations, which just breeds confidence there, right? And then special teams wise, we weren't quite as good on the return game versus Sanford, but we had been excelling at that, and I thought we covered really well. So just flipping the field. So complementary football, I think we're playing our best complementary football the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I think our kids are confident in what we're doing, but we're also playing a team kind of in the same boat. They're hot. They're playing really well in all 3 phases. And they're not afraid to try stuff. They're aggressive. I think they kicked a little on a kickoff last week versus Charleston Southern. They did one of the little pooch kicks, to the right and recovered it, gave them an extra possession. They're not afraid to run, wild trick plays on offense and get people in space and make you cover a bunch of stuff. They're aggressive defensively. They're going to blitz you. I think both teams are playing their best football right now. Okay, so that'll be a heck of a game.
With all the stuff going on Saturday in conference, did you go to bed Saturday night thinking there's absolutely no way they can leave us out?
I was honestly thinking that before Saturday, but when you're putting your hopes and dreams on 10 people sitting in a room, you never know what's going to come out of there. But Saturday was wild. I mean, I had about 4 different. My wife had me, so we were, pressure. We had a honey-do list Saturday. I didn't have a game, so we were pressure washing the back porch and working in the yard some, getting ready for Thanksgiving because we probably have a lot of family and a lot of kids over this week. And so my job, I went inside and we have 2 new those outdoor heaters. You know what I'm talking about? And I had to put those together. There were really good instructions. I was able to get it done, but I haven't turned them on yet. We might burn the whole place down once we do. So, but we had about 3 different TVs on. We're watching Sanford and UT Martin. We're watching Gardner Webb and Charleston Southern. We're watching Furman and Wofford. We're watching Western and VMI, and just watching all that stuff was insane. It's what I love about college football and love about our conference. And that's a big win for Sanford. They beat a really good team. I think that helps our league. And you can argue back and forth about the other games about whether it helps you or hurts you, but it just goes to show in this league you better show up and be ready to go every week. And all it takes is somebody a quarterback gets hurt or this happens or whatnot, and it changes everything. So you better be ready to go every week.
I think here's a question everyone wants to know: what house from Joel Taylor 2:30 in the morning this time?
No. I told him about that last week. Yeah. I woke up. I did not go back to sleep after that either. I just went ahead and graded the film right after that. I was done grading the film by 7 a.m. Sunday morning. So, anything else? All right. Thank y'all very much.
All right, I'm going to bring up Coach Joel Taylor, heads up the defense for Mercer. Coach, if you start, just talk about how your units performed this year, and especially over the last 7 games.
Yeah. Excited how the defense been playing. They've been doing a pretty good job, especially later on. After we lost that game at Chattanooga, we was 4-3, and the one stat, I don't know if you guys know what the one stat is every conference game we've lost since we've been here, we didn't have a turnover, right? So that Chattanooga game, we didn't have a turnover. And so we challenged the guys, and they went out there and got some turnovers and scored, you know. So we've been playing pretty well. You know, at the end of the day, we got to, you know, just continue our routine and, you know, just step up when we need to step up.
Anything you can pinpoint those to kind of turn things around, or was it just the realization, or just the guy starting just to do things and make plays?
No, nothing to pinpoint it. I think the guys have been playing well, you know, throughout the season. You know, we had the one game, Ole Miss, you know, that wasn't us, you know. So you take out that game, we've been playing pretty well for the most part. Our guys play hard. You know, we challenge them every week. You know, at the end of the day, it's never about the opponents, about what we're doing, how we're going to execute. But before the season even happened, you know, I challenged the guys about turnovers and things of that nature, because at the end of the day, if you don't get turnovers, you don't win games. So, but you know, I think the realization to him, you know, after that Chatty game, like, man, he's right, yeah. So, I guess they put an extra effort, but we're just taking advantage of our opportunities. You know, at the end of the day, you got to have the opportunity, and you know, we've been taking advantage of it.
When they announced our name yesterday on the show, they actually said we have an opportunistic defense. Is that how you describe our defense, or do you have another way to describe what we're doing right now?
Man, we got a hard-nosed defense. You know, we got guys that want to compete every day. They want to get better every day. I think our guys, you know, accept any challenge, and we got a great challenge coming up this weekend. But it's no different than any other game. We were prepared just like we're playing the Citadel, ETSU, Ole Miss. It doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, we got to go out and execute each and every day on play, and we got to do that this week again. So, but we're a hard-nosed defense. We're gonna fly around, we're gonna hit you, and we're gonna play with great confidence.
You lose your leader in Isaac Donald early on in the season. Who have you seen that stepped up, and what kind of presence on the sideline has Isaac been to the success of your defense?
And Isaac's been a tremendous player for us for 4 years, and to lose him, that's tough. You know, but we had a guy right behind him, you know, been waiting for his opportunity, you know, Marquez Thomas, and he's done a phenomenal job. But it's not just Marquez, it's everybody else, you know. At the end of the day, you know, each person has a job to do. Each person has to execute that job. And I think we've been doing a great job just overall as a defense. And Marquez, he's been ready for this opportunity. He actually got his first start last year in the Sanford game and did really, really well. You know, so I'm sitting back there with 3 linebackers like, man, how do I get all these guys on the football field? And, you know, we kind of flirted around with a 4-3 package, you know, in the preseason, you know, just trying to get the best players on the field. You know, but Quez has done a tremendous job. He studies his butt off. He's really, really smart, you know. He's quiet. You'll never know it, but he is extremely smart. Does a really good job of diagnosing plays. And if I can get him to play consistent all the time, like, I think he can be one of the best linebackers that come through here in our league.
Coach, you probably watched a lot of film on Gardner Webb the last 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Is there another offense that we saw this year that our fans might say they compared to?
Got a little bit of everything in him, man. Like, you know, Trey does a really good job. You know, Coach told you that, you know, to me, he's fearless. You know, he's going to try to score in every play. And nobody in our conference does that. You know, so you're going to be on the edge of your seat. Well, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat every play. I'm going to tell you that. You know, so, but they got a good offense. They got 2 really good backs. They're going to be an 11 personnel team. They'll dibble and dab a little bit of 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and some 10P. But they do a really good job. Like I said, those 2 backs are really good. They got a young quarterback. He's more of a runner than a passer, but he does a good job of extending the play. You know, that's the one thing we got to, you know, do a great job of containing him, because once he gets out the pocket, you know, he extends that play and makes actually pretty good throws, you know, down the field once he does that. So as far as an offense in our league, you know, maybe Chattanooga, but they're a little bit more, to me, like I said, fearless. They try to score every play. Chattanooga, I think they do a good job of kind of just, you know, finding their spots in the game, you know, to hit a deep shot or a trick play or something of that nature. Where these guys, watch out. Watch out.
We've asked Coach see that your Mercer's name called on the board and what you put into this program over the years since you've been here?
Oh man, it was exciting for me, I was actually getting ready to cry back there, right? Just all the work that you put in, but not all the work that I put in is about our kids, and they finally got paid basically, you know what I mean? So for them to see their excitement, it was tremendous. The playoffs is awesome. It's one of our goals, and we reached one of our goals, and we should have been here 2 years ago. So for us, it's been heartbreak the last 2 years, and now boom, it's getting to the playoffs, and that's tremendous. That's tremendous for our guys, and it's a 1-0 mentality. Be trying to be 1-0 this week, be 1-0 next week, and see how far it takes us. But we got a really good football team, and we're excited for the challenge each and every week, and hopefully make a good run in this thing. Awesome. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, men's basketball head coach here, Gary. They do have 2 games this week. Tennessee State on Friday?
Yes.
Friday, and then they'll play the winner or loser of Western Michigan and Southeast Louisiana on Saturday. Both of those games are in Destin, Florida, as part of the Emerald Coast Classic. But Coach, talk about your play as of late, and offensively, you guys have been shooting the ball fairly well, over 40%. So.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're glad to be home. We were gone pretty much the whole week last week. Played two really good teams. Morehead State has picked to win their conference. I thought the last 2 games we've really competed at a high level. Now we just got to get a little bit smarter, which that's going to come with so many new guys playing with each other, figuring out their roles. But I do like the fact that we keep getting better. And Alabama is an absolute. They're really, really good. And now we messed up some coverages, which we would like to have back again. But that's what happened. They make you pay. That level of team. They're so good, they're going to make you pay with the littlest mistake. But I'm excited to get back a couple days, give them a little bit of break, and then head to Destin, where Tennessee State again is picked probably top 2 or 3 in their league, and they've got good size, good athleticism, 2 really good guards, and a big kid that transferred from Florida that probably is about 300 pounds. He's a load down there. And they basically play 4 guards with him. But I'm excited about getting the opportunity again, and I'm not worried about the next game. We got to take care of Tennessee State. But again, we are competing. Now we just got to get smarter, and our offense is starting to come. Usually early on, defenses are better than offenses, but we've got to get that fixed pretty quick, which I think we're doing a good job of getting. We keep getting better, and Coach Cronic talks about it too. Pretty much every coach, I think, your objective is to get better every day and for every game. So we've got to keep with that. Any questions?
With all these new faces, is it still a process of trying to figure out who works best with whom? I mean, is it kind of a game-by-game thing how it goes? Are you starting to get some ideas of which guys gel together?
Yeah, you do. You have some preseason time to do that, which in your mind you're like, okay, I can see this. But then when games start, some guys react certain ways and others don't, and whatever reason. But yeah, I'm starting to figure out kind of where our strengths are, what we got to work on, and for who to do it. I think that's the biggest thing, because again, percentage-wise, you're talking about a high percentage of turnover, because basketball, you have 13 scholarships, and a lot of teams have brand new players. I think Morehead State had 8 grad transfers, and so that was quite a bit. I think that's normal around college basketball, but I do feel like as a staff, and I think we're starting to figure out kind of where we need to stick certain guys and to play better on the offensive end. It's a good question.
Coach, you have shot over 40% of the field the last 3 games. I mean, you seem to be getting better and better on offense. Where are the areas that you're seeing the most improvement in game by game?
I like the fact that against Alabama, we only turned it over 3 times in the first half, and they pressed the whole game. And we end up having 9, I think, for the game, which our goal is 4 per half, 8 total. So I like that fact. We just got to get more shots up, because again, 40% to me is not great. I think it needs to be near 50 from the field goal percentage. And in threes, we got to continue shooting them. They're open shots. just getting the confidence and believing in you're going to shoot it and make it. But I do like our, and Robbie can talk a little bit more about this as far as just our offense, as far as our movement. I think that's getting better. The more assists you got and the better the ball's moving, the more success you're going to have, in my opinion.
Who have been your impact players, your 2 or 3 impact players? You probably brought one with you today, but who have been your impact players, and what kind of leadership are they giving the rest of the guys on the team?
Obviously, Robbie's has been that, and he hasn't played in a while. So for him to, I think he's doing one heck of a job in doing what he's done so far in a short period, for not having to play in a real game for so long, in extended minutes, not just 5 here, 3 here, like 25, 30 minutes a game. And so he's been one. I think our Anthony Bernard, our freshman, I knew when we signed him, he's a really good point guard. Like, he knows how to play. He's got good pace. He can really pass the ball. We're going to have to live with some of his freshman mistakes. But he's a competitor. So I think I've really liked the way he's continued to get better, without question. And Jake Davis is one of our freshmen, who, again, from Indianapolis, I can put him out there and I trust him. He knows what's going on. He's got a high IQ. Alex Holt from High Point, I got to get him more minutes, because I think he's pretty productive in there from an offensive standpoint. So I've got to get him some more minutes because he's continued to be consistent, and I like consistency.
Has this team kind of flushed Clark Atlanta out of the system much better, quicker than you expected? Is this almost a different team in 2 weeks?
Yeah. That I mean, it happens. I mean, you can look nightly at scores in college basketball and see if you're not hooked up. It doesn't matter who you are. You have a really good chance of getting beat. So that one, we got to move on from it, learn from it, and move on to the next. You can't dwell on what happened in the past. You got to learn from it.
Is it that a conference thing too now? If you can string a couple wins together, that kind of gets everybody feeling a little better about themselves?
Of course, yeah. I think that's without question, because they put in a lot of work, and extra work, and watching film, getting extra shots up. It's a good group. They're good guys. Like they like each other. You know what I mean? And the more you win, the more you probably like each other, and that's pretty standard. So yeah, we get on a little roll here, and you change your mentality as far as mentally, because sometimes you get down on yourself, and you can't afford to do that in athletics. You got to be ready to bounce back and fight the next day. So they've done that, and now it's just a matter of time, not losing your mind about a couple losses we have, but getting better. Awesome. Thank you.
Robert Carmody, transfer from Notre Dame, 11 points per game, second on the team, 52.2% from the field, over 70% from the free throw line. Robbie, talk about what Coach said. It's been a while since you played, how you're readjusting to playing every day and playing extended minutes.
Yeah, it's been like probably 1,200 days since I really played like a real game back in 2019. So it's been special trying to get out there and see where I'm at again. I'm sure if you've been watching, you've noticed I seem more comfortable basically every time I'm on the court. And now it's just starting to get smarter in my minutes. I still think I push a little too much at times. I'm just kind of getting sped up still because I'm just excited to be out there and I love doing it so much. But just been special to even have this opportunity again to come out and play with a group of guys that I really love being around.
What are some of the challenges when you're trying to gel so many different people? I mean, 6 months ago you may not even know one another, and now you're trying to get everyone to work together on the court. What are some of the challenges like?
It's tough. You're bringing in, I want to say, 9 or 10 new guys that have wildly different backgrounds. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What does somebody from Atlanta, Georgia really know about that? So just kind of getting together and learning what drives us, what makes us similar, what makes us tick has really helped. I think just being around them all summer, working out in the weight room, and getting to see how everybody just loves being here, loves loves the fight, loves competing against each other. We wanted to get better every day, and bringing in guys and just putting them in a situation where you kind of have to fight to get through it. A lot of our conditioning and our weight room stuff this summer was really tough. So getting in situations like that where you kind of have to come together to fight to get through it really helps. And I think just doing more stuff like that is going to help us. I would say we're closer than we were 2 weeks ago when the first game started, just because when stuff starts to hit the fan, you have to come together. Things aren't going to go very well for you.
Robbie, where have you seen the biggest improvement on the team since 2 weeks ago?
I would agree with what Coach Gary said about just our fight. I think 2 weeks ago, the level of fight we had was not at the same level as it was on Friday night, and that's just getting more comfortable playing. I know, for me personally, I was definitely a little bit scared going out there that first night, just because it had been so long. I wasn't sure how my body would react to it, and I'm sure a lot of the other guys felt the same way. So just finding that place where you can be comfortable out on the court really helps, and the more minutes we play together, the easier it's going to get.
And how does your body feel?
Feels great. I'm ready to go.
Probably Coach mentioned Anthony Bernard a while ago. He and Caleb Hunter pretty much have been bringing the ball down for you. Talk about how they have progressed. It's going to be very important to this team that they play well and get the ball into the scorer's hands. How have they progressed thus far?
I think they've done a really good job. I would say that the ball movement has gotten better every single game. And for a guy like Ant, who 4 games into his college career is playing as well as we think he is, it's really special. But he still has his moments, and we just got to let him know that he's a freshman. Stuff's going to happen, but as long as he continues to play as hard as he is, good things are going to happen for him. And the same thing for Caleb. He's been through it a little bit more, but similar to me, didn't get to play last year, so he's still trying to figure it out. And I think they've both done a really good job of coming in and learning a whole new offense and finding ways to get people the ball where they can score.
So how is life in Macon, Georgia compared to Notre Dame?
This summer I was a little bit indifferent on it, but I'm loving it now. It's way better. All my friends are sending me pictures of snow on the ground in South Bend, and I get to wear shorts every day, so I'm enjoying it a lot right now.
Thanks, Robbie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
As always, invite you to lunch if you want to stick around. If you need anything this week, feel free to contact me or any member of my staff. So, thank you.